G'day. G'day to all my small business clients out there. Just wanted to touch base because we're starting to see some common threads amongst the conversations we're starting to have with all of our clients. Key message is, look, guys, we're all in this together. It's bigger than probably any of us thought was possible. But look, we've got to be resilient. We've got to get through this together too. All right. So I just want to share what's becoming a pretty common agenda through most of my phone and video meetings with clients, and I'll update this relatively regularly as we sort of find out more. Well, key message is we're on our own, basically. All right. So the government's not going to bail out small business. All the messages you've heard, grants and different language that the government's used. There is no grants. Okay, there's various measures to assist through the tax system, and I'll go through them shortly. But it's front foot planning. Okay, so number one is always the discussion is around your lending facilities that you have in place. Whether you think you need it or not now, I'm sort of saying go to your bank. Take up a potential freeze or an interest-only 6-month period on all your facilities, just so you can stem cash outflow. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is talk to your landlord. Many of you will be your own landlord, and if that's structured through self-managed superannuation, shoot me an email and let's chat about the options around that specifically. But look, talk to your landlord. Your landlord is going to have to work with you. Many of you have probably been contacted by your landlord. Landlord understands that without a viable tenant, that cascades down through to them as well. So landlords are working with business owners. I'll get to staff last. That's the biggest discussion point that we're having. Creditors, work with your creditors. Look, we're all business to business. I'm a creditor of all of you guys too. So we need to, I think communication's the key there, and just structuring your cash flow, keep everyone informed in your creditor chain, because we all need to know the same things, okay? We're all trying to plan. We don't know what's ahead. We don't know what the debtors cycle will do. Some businesses are in a position to settle their accounts on time every time. Others will need to stretch it out. Others will need to negotiate. I think communication is the key. ATO measures. Key point is keep lodgements up to date. Payments obviously is a separate issue, and this morning's message out of the tax office is there's still nothing blanket there. With payments, you will need to either go directly to them or shoot us an email and we can go directly to them for you to manage the payment process. They're very flexible around their what proposal you put forward to them, but it needs to be case by case still, which is a bit cumbersome on the ATO side because everyone needs to go to the tax office and manage their payment system. But keep your lodgements up to date because that's where the ATO measures, or the grants and the stimulus they're talking about, it'll all be done through the ATO system. So keep lodgements up to date, then you'll get your PAYG back, right? So your PAYG withholding will be a credit. Your PAYG instalments, I'm suggesting, look, it's not appropriate in all cases to vary to nil, but we're finding in most cases it's appropriate to vary to nil, okay? ATO have announced there won't be any penalties down the track for doing so if you didn't need to in the end, but obviously it's about protecting cash outflow. GS2 remit will obviously be down anyway because of the downturn in the cycle. So yes, you'll have to find your GST, but it'll just be on delayed payment arrangement. But keep your lodgements up to date, right? So down to staff. This is the thing that's it's on all of our minds. It pulls at our heartstrings. Our team is our most valued asset for all of us. That's obviously clear. Look, it helps when you're analysing what to do about your team. There's two things. I think you need to act clear and you need to act earlier and earlier. Okay, so last week we're having different discussions. This week they're different again. So this week it's because of the uncertainty. It's clear and early decisions, in my opinion. But take a step back and actually look at it through the lens of your employees as well. There's a lot of soft landings in place for our employees. you've seen the news on Centrelink. Most people won't be left in a position where they literally can't afford the basics. Okay, the basics are going to be provided by our employees that are either working at a reduced capacity, getting paid at a reduced capacity, stood down fully. Casuals have instant access to tax-free funding, $5.50 a week. So whilst our team's our most important asset, we need to ensure the longevity of our business and the fact that we can pick this thing up and run with it again when this crisis is over. Okay, so make decisions on your team. Fair Work have released COVID-19 policy. Look that up. Look it up online. But really, I'm not an industrial lawyer, but Fair Work Australia is not coming knocking if you're making decisions that are empathetic but still realistic. Okay, so you need to make realistic decisions. Maybe plan for, if there's full shutdowns, what are you going to do then? Have you got the cash flow to pay employees to utilise leave? So I'm saying you can't pay employees to do nothing when you're not generating revenue. So they need to either use some leave, they need to work with you. So use leave. It could be a case of using leave X days a week and unpaid leave for other days of the week. It could be case by case. The rule book sort of is parked at the side at the moment. It's all about some industries that have been completely shut down just have to make survival decisions. Other industries that are still operating have to make longevity issues. Again, these are the things you might come back to me. Let's have a specific appointment over the phone or video about those matters. But look, guys, that's the running agenda at the moment, and it seems to be the same agenda over and over. So hopefully this is some help, but more importantly, if you need an ear and you need to talk to someone, that's what we're here for. We're fully operational through this period, regardless of being paid or not. The partners will be here to talk everyone through this. Okay, so reach out to your other colleagues. The social isolation and distancing coming more and more in play. We're a social animal in a sense. So no one's used to not being social. So download Zoom. This is what's called a pro version. But if you can get a free version, jump online, download Zoom, get your colleagues on it. It's really functional around holding meetings and all those sorts of things. Anyway, so look, normal email to me, and you want a call, you want a Zoom call, you just want an email, just send me one. Okay, we'll be in touch soon.